The Leadership Pipeline book was published by Ram Charan, Steven J. Drotter, and Jim Noel, and has sold more than 250,000 copies around the world to date. It is based on work originally done by Walter Mailer and Steven Drotter at General Electric and later expanded to and tested in more than 80 companies. Today, a significant number of the Fortune 500 companies have successfully implemented the Leadership Pipeline as their main infrastructure for selecting and growing leaders at all levels and building a performance culture. It has been applied to corporate, nonprofit, and public organizations around the world. Today, the Leadership Pipeline is perceived as one of the most influential leadership models through the last 2 decades. To illustrate the concept, we will use an example from the corporate world. The Leadership Pipeline clarifies the specific responsibilities and adds value for each leadership level by defining the work that each leader needs to get done in order to be successful at his or her current level. The levels are leading self, leading others, leading leaders, functional leader, business leader, group leader, enterprise leader. Furthermore, the Leadership Pipeline defines the critical passages that each leader has to go through when moving from one leadership level to the next, and what transition is required for making the move successful. The 6 turns, or passages, in the pipeline are major events in the life of a leader. Each passage in the Leadership Pipeline requires new learning and behaviors. Development is cumulative. Successful development at one passage enhances the probability of success at the next passage. Conversely, incomplete development, or skipping a passage, can hinder success at the next passage. The result is a leadership pipeline that becomes clogged. The flow of talent is blocked. Each passage represents a major change in job requirements. The manager who goes through the passages from one level to the next has to acquire a new way of leading and leave the old ways behind in the following areas. Skills. They need to learn new skills that are required to execute new responsibilities. Time application. They have to change the way they spend their time in order to put efforts into new responsibilities and level of complexity. Work values. They have to change how they believe they add value in their role and how they define their own success. Accordingly, the question, "Is she a good leader?" is the wrong question. The right question is she a good leader of others or a good leader of leaders, and so forth. While the concepts of skills and time application are easy to grasp, we will try to give an example of what we mean by work values. Manager 1 and Manager 2 each lead a sales team of 5 people. Manager 1 comes home from work and his partner asks him how his day was. "Great! I managed to close a really good deal by myself." Manager 2 also comes home from work and is asked the same question. "Great! Do you remember the guy that I hired 6 months ago and who really struggled at the beginning? Well, today he went to a meeting for the first time without me and came back with a contract." What is the difference between the 2 managers? They clearly have different perceptions of the job they are expected to do and how they add value. Manager 1 values achieving results through his own sales skills, and Manager 2 values achieving results by developing the skills of the people reporting to her. The way that Manager 1 and 2 see themselves and what they believe is important and how they define their own success will have a significant impact on how they allocate their time and what skills they utilize. At the end of the day, it will have a profound impact on their own performance, the performance of their team, and the organizational results they can deliver. Let's take a high-level look at how each layer in the Leadership Pipeline has a unique purpose and delivers unique results. As an individual contributor, you deliver high-quality products or services that add value for the customers. You achieve results through personal proficiency. And you proactively manage yourself and act as a team player. As a leader of others, You deliver and execute through your team of individual contributors. You achieve results by ensuring role clarity, target setting, performance feedback, and assessment, and by selecting and building an efficient team of individual contributors who can deliver excellence. As a leader of leaders, the significant new thing is that now you have to achieve results through leaders, contrary to getting results through individual contributors. You deliver by building an efficient unit that drives productivity, efficiency, and alignment across the value chain. You achieve results by recruiting and developing the right leaders of others to work for you, and by holding them accountable for their execution power and managerial capabilities. As a functional leader, you deliver by creating functional excellence, and drive results by ensuring a functional competitive advantage by doing something better or different than your competitors. Furthermore, you contribute to the overall business as a full member of the business team. As a business leader, you deliver by developing and executing a competitive business strategy which can deliver long and short-term profit. You execute the strategy by assembling the right multifunctional business team and make them work together. For companies with less than 5,000 employees, there is often only one overall business leader. The business leader in these companies will then also be the overall enterprise leader, with direct report to the board of directors. In that case, the business leader will also have to execute the responsibilities of the enterprise leader. As a group leader, you deliver by creating and executing a portfolio strategy, which includes deciding what business the enterprise should grow and what business should be divested. You select and develop the right business leaders for the businesses reporting to you. The critical new thing is that now you lead the business through the business leaders and not the business itself. As an enterprise leader, you deliver by developing and executing an overall competitive enterprise strategy which can deliver long and short-term profit. You develop a strategic agenda that looks 5 and 10 years ahead in terms of the composition of the enterprise and how you want to compete in the market. You communicate internally and externally to shareholders, stakeholders, customers, employees, and the board. The leadership pipeline offers an efficient architecture, infrastructure, and operating model for building a sustainable competitive advantage. It clearly articulates the business purpose for developing leaders at all levels, improves the execution power by building accountability and clear performance expectations into an organization, builds a talent factory by implementing a simple, hands-on, transparent, and cost-effective process towards assessment, recruitment, succession planning, and development, transforms an organizational culture from a doing compliance culture into an achievement commitment culture. It reduces the time needed to get on board and get full performance in a leadership position by clearly defining what change in behavior is needed to move from one level to the next. Let's summarize. The leadership pipeline clarifies the specific responsibilities and adds value for each leadership level. When changing leadership level, there are 3 things that a leader needs to adjust: work values, time application, skills. Every layer contributes to the success of the layers below and above. Development is cumulative. Successful development at one passage enhances the probability of success at the next passage. The leadership pipeline is a holistic model that should be tailored to the need and challenges of your organization, not the other way around. For further inspiration, please go to leadershippipelininstitute.com.